All right, everybody, how are you doing? My name is Therese Wilson. I am the host of The Mount, new TV show. We got a new episode for you today. Got some special guests with me, and I want them to introduce themselves. We'll start on my left.
Oh, hey, how you doing? My name is Elvin Taylor.
How y'all doing? My name is Nate Flemings.
And I'm Terrell Clayton.
Awesome. All right, guys, so I want y'all to give a little bit more detail about what you got going on in your life right now.
My name is Elvin Taylor, CEO and owner of Elvin Taylor State Farm. So if you guys are out there looking for any insurance need, whether it's auto, home, life, anything of that nature, give me a call.
How y'all doing? Like I said, my name is Nate. I am an IT specialist by trade, and I'm also the owner of Flamingo Shaved Ice in Oak Court Mall. So if you're looking for something ice cold to eat, go take a look.
Ice cold. You see how you ice cold?
See, you got to throw it in there. What's up? I'm Sorrell. I work for the state of Tennessee, helping to keep the streets safe. I'm going to keep it right there. I don't want to say what I do because...
Hey, you can't call us off guard with this one, Therese.
Yeah, I don't want to say what I do. I'm here. We in the streets. I'm here. I'm here for this debate. Get it. Don't worry about what I'm doing, man.
Look, that's not going to be an outtake. He's here for the debate.
Let's go.
All right, man. So check this out. So this year in the NBA, they're having their first ever awards presentation on June 26th. So this episode is going to talk about the Mount Rushmore, the top 4 NBA MVPs of all time. It's going to be a big deal, and we're going to go ahead and validate and tell you guys right now who we think the top 4 NBA MVPs of the NBA are of all time. All right, so we got a little bit of feedback here from Facebook, and they told us, and I'm not sure if you guys can see this graph or not, but they told us that their top 4 is Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, and Magic Johnson. Now, keep in mind, we're going back to 1957. There's plenty of players that have won this award, and some have won them more than once. So I'm trying to figure out, what's up with Facebook, or what do my panelists think about this decision that Facebook said?
Well, for me personally, I don't understand how someone can be second if they've only won one MVP award. So one of my biggest issues with that poll is probably Kobe Bryant being, second or third? Being third on the all-time list. Kobe's definitely a great player, but if we're talking about MVPs, he's only won the MVP one time. So I don't understand how we can validate that.
Yeah, and for myself, I'm going to have to go with Allen Iverson on that. I mean, I love AI, but he never won one. I mean, it got to count for something. So he's a great, individual player, MVP, of course. That's why he's on the list. But he didn't win one, so he kind of falls out for me.
I think they pretty much got it right with the Jordan. That'll be my number 1 pick as well.
So,
they got
so
it
we
right
all
there.
agree that Jordan.
Yeah,
Jordan.
we all agree they got it right
Okay.
there. But I'm in agreement with the other guys on it.
And see, I will say this. I have an other category on this graph, and that's for the Wilt Chamberlains, the Walt Frazier's of the world. And I'm thinking like, okay, if you're a real hoop fan, you know about some of these people that changed the game, or those NBA, ABA guys that really were playing some tough basketball. So for you not to be able to hit the other button on this voting poll says a lot about some of y'all. You're not real fans of NBA. You can't be. You can't be if you just pick what was in front of you. You got to hit the other poll. That's why it's there. But we're going to go ahead and go a little bit further, and we're going to talk about each of our guests are kind of going to go through what their top 4 of NBA MVPs are, and then we're going to go ahead and get ready to mount up and let you guys know what we think collectively the top 4 of Mount Rushmore is going to be. We're going to get ready to mount up, and I want to hear from Terrell what his top 4 NBA MVPs of all time are. We'll work our way to myself, Nate, and then we'll stop at Elvin. So let me hear what my boy got over here.
All right, number 1, I'm going to go with MJ. The GOAT, greatest of all time. I mean, it's self-explanatory. 2, I would have to say Kareem, just because the number he won, and he also won the championship, the same year that he won MVP, which is important to me, because if you win the MVP and you don't win the title, were you really the best player that year?
It's debatable.
It's debatable.
Yep,
It's debatable.
Definitely debatable.
3, I have to go with Wilt. And 4, I'll go with Bill Russell.
All right, so you said Wilt and Bill.
Uh-huh.
All right, so I'm gonna give you my list. I got LeBron And I'm just saying it because the guy is still playing and has already set the bar. So I'm gonna go ahead and give him a Mount Rushmore platform right now. MJ, obviously, I think we're all kind of in agreement that he's going to be on Mount Rushmore. Wilt, simply because Wilt Chamberlain changed the game for 7-footers back in the day. I mean, if you think about it, Bill Russell was like a 6'8", 6'9", power forward center guy. But Wilt Chamberlain was changing the game. Man was dunking. You know what I'm saying? And if we even get to Lou Alcindor, this is who I'm putting on the mount. Not Kareem. I'm putting Lou Alcindor because they had to change the dunk rule because of him. That's my fourth person. So I had to go with Lou Al. Two big guys, LeBron and MJ. That's my Mount Rushmore right now.
All right, I guess that's me. Go ahead and get the formalities out the way. Of course, MJ's up there. He's on the wall. He's on the mount. Next, I'm gonna have to go ahead and go with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Of course, he won the most, all-time scoring leader. So he got that stat. The last person, well, I guess I got two more. LeBron, like Therese. I want to say LeBron because he's just so versatile. I mean, he's changed the game as far as his defense, his tenacity, his offense. I mean, the sheer power that he brings to his position hasn't been done, in a long time. And then the last person that I'm going to say is Magic Johnson. The reason why I'm going to say Magic Johnson, if you had any considerable success against the GOAT, I mean, it has to say something. So Magic Johnson retired early, so if he hadn't, he might have been the number 2 in everybody's list. But for me, I'm going to say Magic. So that's my 4.
Cool. Seems like natural causes slowed him up from some more MVPs.
That's unnatural. That was not natural.
Man.
Yeah.
Talk about
I hope you're not watching this. Sorry.
flag
Sorry,
on the
Showtime.
play. Flag on the
Got to
play.
be like Showtime. All right.
Flag on the play,
I don't want
man.
that to see.
Flag on the play.
Yeah. No State Farm.
That's a total flag on the play, man. I can't believe you said that. All right, so mine. I've got quite a bit of data here to kind of back up why I chose my top 4. So obviously I'm gonna start with Michael Jordan, just like everybody else. Michael Jordan, first of all, I mean he was definitely a culture shifter, right? So Michael Jordan, when he brought the endorsements, the shoe contracts and things like that to the game, right? Before that, you had Magic and you had Bird. They had Converse, but it definitely wasn't on the level of Air Jordan. When Air Jordan hit the scene in '84, it totally changed the game. Mike's a 5-time MVP, and it can be argued that he could have been the MVP every year. He's a 6-time Finals MVP, 6-0 in NBA Finals. He averaged 28 points per game as a rookie. I don't know if that's ever been done. He has career averages of 30.1 points per game, over 6 assists, 5 rebounds, and shooting over 50% from the field. 83% from the stripe, and all of that includes the 2 years that he also had with the Washington Wizards. He holds the all-time records in NBA Finals scoring averages with 41 points per game the year that they beat the Suns. He holds the regular season career scoring average of 31 points per game, just edging out Wilt Chamberlain, which is huge.
Right.
Points per game in playoffs career average, he's averaging 33.4 points per game in the playoffs. Steals, he's the all-time steals playoff leader, and he has the most seasons leading the NBA in scoring. And also, the other thing about Michael Jordan is to be such an offensive guy. He led he was 10 times first team all defense, and 1 year he even won Defensive Player of the Year. So to be an offensive guru like that, and to also be able to D up on the other end, man, that says a lot about it. Number 2, I've got Kareem, like most of these guys do. I think Kareem had the most unstoppable shot in NBA history. I think
You got a name after him.
Yeah, right.
You got a shot named after him.
Right.
I mean, that's a no-brainer.
Right. So the skyhook was definitely, definitely unstoppable. He's a 6-time MVP, 2 times Finals MVP. The man appeared in 19 All-Star games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He was a beast.
Yeah. He's the all-time NBA leading scorer. He's number 4 all-time in rebounds and number 3 all-time in blocks. He led the league in blocks for 4 seasons, and he's number 8 on the all-time list in blocks. I think I said that right. And he's also first all-time in career win shares. So, third, I have the big Wilt Chamberlain. Has absolutely nothing to do with the number 20,000. He was He was a four-time NBA MVP. Obviously, he scored 100 points in a single game. One season, man, this man averaged 50.4 points and 25.7 rebounds.
That's ridiculous, man.
I mean, that's dominance. You know what I'm saying? One season, he actually averaged 27 rebounds per game. I think, in my opinion, he'd go down as the most dominant player in NBA history. I mean, in my opinion. And here's the thing. In his later years, he had 2 consecutive seasons where he averaged over 8 assists a game. So if you compare that, like a guy like right now, we look at LeBron James like he's this great passer. He's averaging like 8 assists a game. Wilt Chamberlain did that in his later years. So obviously he proved that he could, that he could be a passer as well. He's second in career points per game behind MJ. He's 5th all-time on the NBA all-time scoring list. And he's 74th all-time in NBA in assists. Like, think of all the players that have played in the NBA and as many points as that guy scored. He's also in the top 100 all-time in assists. Yeah. So that was great. My last guy, and I got some meat for my boy, man, because Bron gets a lot of hate, man. He gets a lot of hate, but the facts don't lie. So I got to give you this meat. So Bron is my last guy. He's 4-time NBA MVP. He's 3-time Finals MVP. He has career averages of 27 points per game, 7.3 rebounds, and 7 assists, and he's shooting 50% from the field. 8 of the last 9 seasons, he shot 50% from the field. Just to put it in perspective, Kobe averaged about 44% from the field, but who's counting? Bron is a 13-time NBA All-Star. He was obviously Rookie of the Year. He's had 11 consecutive seasons where he's been first-time All-NBA, which is tied for first with Karl Malone and Kobe Bryant. He has 6 All-Defensive Team selections. He has 8 seasons where he's been in the top 10 in assists per game, 6 seasons where he's been in the top 10 in steals per game. He's first all-time in career plus-minus. Mm-hmm. All-time. So his career plus-minus is 9.15, and Jordan's was 8.06. So what that says is when he's on the floor, his team is that much better. He's the best all time as far as that goes. That means he's changing the whole dynamic of the game by him entering. He's first place all time in career assists by a forward. He's the only player in NBA history to record 28,000 points, 28,000 points, 7,000 assists, and 7,000 rebounds. He's the only player in NBA history to average 27 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists for their career. He's the only player in NBA history to average 25, 6, and 6 for 13 consecutive seasons. He's the only player in NBA history to average 25 points in 13 consecutive seasons. He joins Bill Russell as the only player to win 4 MVP awards in a span of 5 years. He's one of 2 players to win the NBA MVP and NBA Finals MVP in 2 consecutive seasons. He's first place all time for scoring average in playoff Game 7. So who said he's not clutch? In Game 7s, he leads all time with 33.2 points per game. He's first place all time in playoff games with 37 being the leader in points, rebounds, and assists in 37 playoff games. He's the only player in NBA history to lead both teams in a playoff series in points, rebounds, assists, blocks, and steals. And obviously, he did that last year against the Golden State Warriors. He's the only player in NBA history to lead both teams in points, rebounds, and assists for a playoff series. He's done it 3 times. And lastly, he's the youngest player to do practically everything possible and is on pace to become the number 1 all-time scorer in NBA history.
So those are my 4. Number 1 all-time ever.
Those are my 4.
Man,
those are my 4.
That was some meat.
Take that for data.
Take that for data. Take that for data.
Hashtag that.
Yeah.
Right. Well, seems like the debate might already be over. Elvin just went ahead and told us who the Mount Rushmore is. But now, we'll be right back. We're going to take a break right here.
This is E. Taylor, and you are watching The Mount.
About to go ahead and mount up right now. Check this out. The mount up portion of each episode is where we dissect what we just discussed, what we thought our top 4s are, and we're going to talk about what we collectively think the top 4 of Mount Rushmore is going to be right here on this show. And what we say goes. There's no more discussion after this. If we say it's MJ, Wilt, it is Dennis Rodman and Tony Kukoc, damn it, that's what it's going to be. It's those 4, damn it. All right, so here we go. I'm just going to go ahead and throw this out there. Between Elvin and myself, we picked the same people. This wasn't pre-planned, wasn't scheduled. But right now, I think we got a debate between you two to determine who those spots go to, guys. What you looking like?
So I think where we differ is you pick Bill Russell.
Mm-hmm.
I pick Magic. Why do you think Bill over Magic?
I mean, just the era he played in. I know he gets flack for it because the NBA was very different when Bill played. You know, a lot of times he has the most rings. You know, in the debate of rings or who's the best, Bill's never really brought up. But I think for him to play in that era and him to even be considered, to even win MVP when the league was mostly white that time. For a black man to win the MVP, the multiple MVPs that he won, that's why I had to put him above Magic.
So, would you also give him the nudge, Bill, only because he was a coach too? He was a coach player.
I mean,
because he did a lot. Plus, Bill did a lot without a 3-point line. So did Wilt. So did Kareem. I mean, these folks they top 5 in all-time scoring list, and they didn't have a 3-point line.
That's true.
Right. But those guys wouldn't have been 3-point shooters anyway. They couldn't shoot either.
A big guy like that, yeah.
Right. So I mean, so I guess we're trying to say right now, then is the list that Elvin and I put together, which is MJ, Wilt, LeBron, and who is it? Kareem. Lou Alcindor. For some of you older people out there. Are we trying to knock them out the top 4? Is somebody coming off for Bill or for Magic? Cause I mean,
I don't.
I'm trying to see. Because here's the thing. Okay, Magic changed the game for a big guy to be confident about being in control of the ball as a point guard.
Right.
So you can look at your Sean Livingston's. Who else? You got the guy.
Please say Penny Hardaway.
Penny Hardaway.
Please say
Josh
Penny
Childress. Yeah. All these big 6'8" people. You know what I'm saying? 6'7", 6'9" guys. Even LeBron. For that matter.
LeBron is perfect.
Lamar Odom. I mean, these are people who have changed the game. You have a lot of kids now that are coming in that are changing their game due to another person, which I'm going to throw out there because he might get some more, Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Dude is so dominant with shooting threes that they might even make a 4-point line to discourage him from coming up shooting threes all the time, or to encourage people who take longer shots to get 4 points per play. Now, the only time the game has changed for somebody, and it's another significant person, is Shaq with the zone. All right. So we got Shaq with the zone. We got
the game changed for AI.
It changed for AI.
AI. When AI first came in the league, he was crossing everybody up. So they start calling carry. Yeah, they start calling carry on him, man.
So if we break this debate down, is it more about who changed the game, or who has the most awards? Because would you have played the game if it had never evolved? If the game had stayed the same way John Wooden made the game back in the 1800s, would you be interested in playing basketball? Or is it because you saw dunking? Is it because you saw the zone? Is it because you saw 3 points? Is it because you saw crossovers and mean handles that encouraged you to really want to get involved and play basketball? Is it because AI got tattoos and braids that encourage you to want to play the game? And I think those are things that we have to also evaluate when we decide who goes on our top 4 of Mount Rushmore for all-time NBA MVPs. Because being an MVP also means you were the best at your sport, but did you change anything in your sport too?
That's good. That's good.
I think all of these. I think all of these guys did for sure. MJ for sure.
Right.
Kareem, we talked about him. Wilt, and obviously LeBron. I mean, he's like, LeBron's the same size as Karl Malone.
Yeah.
Very true.
And he's still the present and the future. So
right.
You can't deny that.
Right.
I think I'll roll with you guys with. I'll agree with your amounts.
So right now, we're going to say LeBron.
We're
going to put the Kiki Shepard line over him. We're going to say, I'm going to say the last one for him because I know who he want to be. I'm going to say Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain, Michael Jordan.
MJ.
Yeah.
That's the mount.
That's the 4. Yep.
So this is the 4 guys. Don't be out here voting for Allen Iverson and Kobe. And I know, look, here's real talk. I'm not a Kobe hater. Actually, I like Kobe. Back when Kobe Bryant had that basketball game called Kobe Bryant Courtside.
I remember that.
N64.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Bruh,
remember that.
that was the first game that had real live 360 dunks on it that
Yeah.
looked like real dunks.
Froby.
Man, Froby was
Yeah,
awesome.
Froby, number 8.
When he
Yeah,
had the
number
alien,
eight. Number
alien
eight,
That
joints.
digit.
Man,
The
Right.
box.
Yeah,
the box
the box
Adidas.
jump.
Right,
Yes, sir.
right. Before he left Adidas for Nike.
Man,
Before he
right.
started snitching on Shaq. Right.
Before he did a lot of stuff, man. He,
Right.
sodomizing everything. But look,
Yeah, got that.
hey, hope you don't watch this, Kobe,
Yeah,
but you
yeah.
know, hey, it's all, it ain't happened to none of us.
Here-
but
Here's my thing about Kobe on the from the basketball perspective. Seriously, I think Kobe was great. I think Kobe is, I don't know, man, top 10, maybe top 5. I think Kobe was, I think he was a great scorer, but I don't think he made people around him better the way some of these guys did. Like you can even look like the first thing that people go to are the championships that Kobe won. I mean, Kobe was great, man. No, there's no denying that. But when Kobe did not have those, like when he didn't have Shaq and before he got Powell in them, those were some struggle years. Like,
Right.
I mean, he was getting put out by Steve Nash and the Suns in the playoffs. These are facts.
it's true.
Like, first round, like, not making the playoffs. Like, all this type of stuff was happening. But we you know, Kobe fans try to kind of glimpse over that and go straight to the finals. And, you know, he won them. You know, he's a great player, but I just can't put him up there, man.
And for me with Kobe, I think it's the discipline. I think he was one of the youngest players to go in the NBA, you know, back when that wasn't like the norm. You know what I'm saying? So he's going straight out of high school. So it was a different ball game when he came in. So he didn't have that discipline that Jordan and Kareem and all of them had to where he was like making the players with him better. It's like I can't name anybody that he necessarily made better. I mean, of course, there was people when he had 2 people on him. He can pass it, yeah,
Right.
yeah, they
Right,
can
right,
make an open
right.
set shot. But as far as like him making a Pippen out of somebody, no.
Nah.
Right.
And I mean, and the thing I to say about Kobe is, the other guys on the mount, they were transcended. Like they take over the whole game. The thing, if you look back to the Laker years with Shaq and Kobe, it pretty much was Shaq would dominate first quarter through the third quarter. Then they'd go to Kobe in the fourth quarter
Right.
because Kobe
Yeah,
was a little bit more efficient,
Yeah.
and because he can shoot better free throws.
Right.
So that's how the hack of Shaq began. So that's what I say. You know what I'm saying? To be the MVP, you had to take over the whole game. Really, they really kind of deferred more towards Shaq for most of the game
Right.
than Kobe.
And I'm just gonna throw this out there because he's from Arkansas. Derek Fisher won all of his championships with Kobe. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Shaq. It was I think last night Shaq got on Charles Barkley head, called him a bum.
Oh, man.
And he
That's so
said,
disrespectful.
he said, Charles, you ain't never won no championships. But here's the thing, and then Charles said that Shaq only won championships with D Wade and LeBron. But I mean, excuse me, not LeBron, Kobe. But I beg to say this: Derek Fisher was the key. If you go back to every series, Derek Fisher or we're gonna go ahead and give it to Big Shot
Big
Bob,
shot, Bob. Yeah.
helped those teams win at that time. And here's another discussion. We might come up on this another time, but I will say if the Lakers did not beat the Sacramento Kings, we'd be talking about a different dynasty. For those 3 years, the first couple of years of the turn of the century, the new millennium, when they had Peja Stojakovic, Doug Christie, Mike Bibby, Chris Webber, I mean, Bobby Jackson. That was a squad. I rooted for them. I wasn't a Laker fan around that time, but by default, I was a fan of the West, just the way they played ball, But, man, look, that's a whole nother Mount episode. I'm glad y'all tuned in. I hope y'all agree. If you don't, it is what it is. We're the panelists. It's the Mount. It's a wrap. Appreciate Elvin. Appreciate Nate. Appreciate Terrell for coming out today. Peace.